Hello, hello, and good morning. I think it's still morning. So, this is Real Talk. Today's topic, I hate myself as much as the next guy. Sounds a little, that sounds a little intense. I'm Kelly Wilson. This is Real Talk, where a real voice actor talks about what it's really like to, be not only me, but be a voice actor. Hiring and working with voice actors also, mindset struggles seem to be coming up quite often. Wins, there's wins too, and other fun stuff. You can check out my podcast and subscribe everywhere that podcasts are available. And the direct link is anchor.fm/ Kelly Wilson VO. And if you're liking what I'm throwing down over here, and you do hire voice actors, you can check out my email community. Subscribe, kellywilsonvo.com/subscribe. Or if you're a voice actor and you want to see how I do it, which is not, do it how what works for you, but I'm all about stealing other people's ideas. And using what works for you. You can subscribe there as well. Okay, so today's topic, I hate myself as much as the next guy. Now, I'm not trying to be, sensational or anything, but well, maybe just a little bit. But so what do I mean by that? And I see that one person is actually viewing. So thank you to the person. I don't know who you are, else I'd say hi and thank you. You feel free to comment. I can throw out a shout out. But so here's kind of what I mean by that. So the truth is, most of the time, I think only about my faults, the bad stuff, the things I mess up on. I nitpick myself, I troll myself even. but um, but I'm still going to be visible because I know it's basically all just a lie. Okay, so here's how I got to this. Um, maybe a couple months ago or something, I was talking to a fellow introvert, fellow female INTJ, which is the Myers-Briggs indicator, a little personality assessment thing. So she asked me, why am I visible? Why do I have a podcast? Why do I put myself on camera? Why am I visible in regards to my business? And honestly, at first, I didn't even like really think about it. I was like, well, I own a business, dude, and that's it's like having a website. If you own a business, it's a non-negotiable. You need a website. You got to be visible. It's a requirement now to stick out. So that's why I put myself out there. Then I was interviewed by Corey Disson on his show. I believe it's called Ringside. You should check it out. Great content, great information. He's a great coach also, and he asked me pretty much the same thing. Why am I putting content out? And I gave him a similar answer. Then, the introvert that I am, I let those questions kinda simmer, percolate. Man, I could go for some more coffee. Um, and the truth is, most of the time, I kinda hate myself like everybody else, and I'm worried about all the other things everyone else is worried about too. Um, and hold on, stand by. Hey, Corey. Thank you, Corey. Sending a shout out. I learned this from him. As I mentioned, stealing other people's ideas. Thanks, Corey Disson. Thanks, Jeffrey Baker. And yeah, thanks for listening, y'all. And you can always catch the replay if you're like me. And I'm literally trying to do this as fast as I can because kid two is napping, and This will be the one time he's like, "No, I'm just gonna take a 2-second nap, mom." Anyways, okay. So these people ask me these same questions, and I'm really thinking about it. I'm letting it simmer because truth is, I'm an introvert. I can fake it like the best of them, but honestly, I would rather be sitting at a coffee shop alone, wearing comfy clothes and drinking coffee, maybe some tea, maybe coffee and tea with a cookie, and just like writing about my feelings. That's honestly what I would rather do, day and night, alone, no touching. I miss those times. But the truth is, I gotta put myself out there. So, most of the time, I'm thinking about, all I'm crazy like everyone else, right? I'm thinking about all my faults. I could list them out right here and now. I'm not going to. I thought about doing that. I think about the things I mess up on. I nitpick. I'll hit a goal, and then all I will think about is, God, I messed up this, and I didn't do it perfectly, and da 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 da. And I'm just, I can't be the only one who does this. I'm crazy, and not to be a crazy chick, but as I tell my sons, do not call mommy crazy. Only mommy can call herself crazy. Okay, buddy? Life skills for boys. Um, Hello, hello, others. Yeah, nap time is the right time. I should take a nap, but, anyways, okay. I was trying to stay focused, y'all. But thank you so much for those who are watching. That's really cool. So here's the deal. I hate on myself all the time, but I fully understand that this is a lie. Sometimes it feels really real, right? But it's also a lie. So I know that other people are one hating on themselves all the time. Like I'm not the only one. I've heard Gary Vee talk about like in high school, you got a zit. You're like, oh my God, everyone's gonna only look at my zit. But dude, everyone else was worried about their own zit. So it's very similar. Bear. Yes, no one is as big of a critic as we are for sure, man. Like you think so and so is hating on you, but really in your own head, you are saying the nastiest, worst things ever. Ugh. Anyways, okay. So I know that that other people are always hating on themselves too. And everyone's got this not enoughness thing happening, including myself. Then, for example, say someone does hate on me. I'd say I do get a troll. One, I think if you get a troll, that means you have made it. So try to think of it that way. Reframing is huge. But if I get trolled, I fully understand that that person who is doing that to me is either one giving me actual valuable feedback and I should actually listen to it, or that person is having a straight up bad day. They haven't slept, they're overtired, or maybe they are just hurt themselves. You ever hear that thing, hurt people hurt people? It's true. And trying to separate them out is, I think I get better at it as I do it for sure. And I think uh, it's hard in the moment, right? It's hard being like, oh, they're just having a bad day. No, they just ripped your face off and I want to cry in the shower alone. So, anyways, my whole point of this podcast is I'm an actor. So I am going to act like I love myself till I actually love myself, which sounds kind of funky saying it out loud, but there you go. So here's another example. So I'm helping my son. He's doing virtual first grade, and he is working his butt off with the schooling stuff. And my son, he can get down on himself when he's doing his schoolwork, right? So I'm always telling him, always, that I will just have to believe in you, buddy, until you believe in yourself. And every time I say that, I'm like, oh, maybe I should like do that for me. So so yeah, feel free to steal that. So my plan is to continue to believe in myself till I can actually believe in myself naturally. And I understand that sometimes you're going along and you're like, I believe in me. Yay. I am so amazing. I can do anything. And then boom, you get knocked off your pedestal. Whether that's, a true thing to say or not. Just you're feeling good and then, life happens or things happen and you feel down on yourself. Um, but yeah, so that happens. So here's something that I tend to do, or if people ask me, I try to tell them, like, dude, think of it this way. So if you're like me and you're hating on yourself often or every now and then, stop it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Kelly. Done. Podcast over. No, that's I wish. So stop and then think of yourself as your friend, like distance yourself. I know this is kind of creepy, weird mind stuff, but like if you're having a bad day or hating on yourself, think of yourself as let me separate myself. Like, what if I were a friend to me now? What if I was not myself, but what if you were your own friend? How would you treat yourself if you were your friend? You'd be better, right? You'd be nicer, more grace. Try it. Um, it works. Okay. And yeah, we're actors, right? If you're a voice actor listening, dude, be a voice actor to yourself. It works. Okay, so back to this visibility thing. So here's another thing that might like help you if you are hating on yourself about social media. So most social media platforms are set up to throttle your content unless it's consistent, engaging, and good. Okay? So that's this some people are like, "Oh, it's so annoying. I'm not getting any visibility." Maybe that's a good thing. So if you're afraid of putting yourself out there for fear that your content will, well, suck because it's probably gonna suck at first, mine did, and sometimes I put stuff out there that I'm pretty sure still sucks, but I'm kind of always testing and innovating and just, trying it out, right? So not many people are gonna see it at first. So problem solved, done, podcast over. Not really. Um, so get out there, get visible, and you will get better. By the time you do get better, more people are going to see your stuff, right? Hey, Scott, thanks for listening. Thanks for commenting. That's cool. Um, So the more you do it, the better you get, and the more visible you will get. So then by the time you're actually better, more people will see your stuff. So it's and then more confidence is gonna build and so on and so forth, right? So, so that's cool. So that's something, a little logic that can help you out. So I hope you do get out there. I hope you get visible and you're gonna get better. And by the time you do get better, more people are gonna see your stuff. Ooh, and if you're like me and you got crazy family who loves you and they're a little cray cray, and say your crazy aunt sees your content and gives you lip about it, right? Well, if she ain't buying, then you ain't listening, right? So if someone sees your stuff and they don't like it, but they're not someone who you should really care about, I say that in the nicest way, then who cares, right? If she ain't buying, you ain't listening. So if here's the deal, if one person listens to this podcast and starts their journey in getting more visible in their own business, then boom, I'm going to call that a success. Also, if one person listens to this podcast and hires me or sends me an audition opportunity, hey, then I will also call that a success. Kelly at kellywilsonvo.com. Plug. So, my last piece of advice, sleep. It heals the brain. It allows you to be rational. It recharges you. If you're like me, you tend to push, 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 and then crash hard. Um, I have to reframe that sleep is a necessary thing for me to be successful. I have to reframe constantly in my brain that rest, relaxation, and recharging is not this lazy thing. It's this required thing if I wanna be, kick butt. Thanks, Jeff. Aw. Air hug, no touching. I didn't really like touching even pre-pandemic. Anyone else have a space bubble? Always had one. But anyways, so just to touch on that, being your own best friend thing. So, I really don't have a best friend right now. I mean, my husband is pretty much my best friend, but he's also my husband too. So, my best friend and I a couple of years ago had a falling out, and I don't have a best friend anymore. So that really is, kind of sucks, and hurts my heart. But so I've been doing this best friending myself thing, and it works. I will say that if you do have a good best friend, if you do have people that are, good people around you, surround yourself with those, people who are going to lift you up. And I would say Corey Disson is definitely one of those guys. Just either working with him or just being in his orbit, just feels good. So get in, be in orbits of those who lift you up and make you feel good. And if you don't have a best friend like me, you can be your own best friend. But yeah, so hopefully this is helpful. If you're liking what I'm doing here, subscribe. I do a weekly podcast called Real Talk, and usually I do it here live and then repurpose it because mama ain't got no time. And I'm just trying to optimize my life as best as I can. Also, I got some food in the crock pot. I'm optimizing it all, man. So I'm also taking a shower at the same time. No, I wish. Oh, I would totally do that if there was an electronic. So anyways, if you're liking what I'm hearing, check out the podcast Real Talk. I'm a real voice actor, real mom, real human being, figuring it out all out and putting it out there and doing my best. So hopefully you can too. Anchor.fm/Kelly Wilson VO. And if you hire voice actors, you can subscribe to my email community. Hey, kellywilsonvo.com/slash subscribe. I can talk better when I do voicing, I swear. Demos at kellywilsonvo.com. Rate, review, share, tell a friend, hug yourself. Take a nap, be well, and yeah, thanks to everyone for checking out the show. That's really cool. Check out the replay and love yourself. And dude, I hate myself as much as anybody else, but we're actors, so just keep telling yourself you're awesome, and eventually you'll believe it because you are. All right, later, bye.